Hey, Space Movie here. Today we will show you a new movie. Bring your coffee and popcorn and subscribe to the channel. Today's movie is titled The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. To discover the answer to the universe's ultimate question, they go on a life-changing experience. To realize that she's the one, Arthur had to hitchhike over the galaxy. The movie starts when a construction company is about to demolish the house of Arthur in order to build a bypass on its ground. Arthur tirelessly tries to stop them when his friend Ford shows up. Later, they get some drinks together and Arthur explains that he is not only sad for his house but also because of a girl he met earlier in a party and whom he liked a lot, Tricia Miss Millen. After he blew things with her, Tricia ended up leaving with this arrogant guy who was pretending to be from another planet. Later, Ford confesses his truth to Arthur. He is in fact from a small planet in the vicinity of Betelgeuse and not a human from Guildford. He tells Arthur not to worry about these things anymore as the entire planet Earth is going to end in 12 minutes. Soon after, skies are filled with spaceships blowing up the Earth. Ford uses a ring he has on his stump to hitch a ride into one of the spaceships, taking Arthur with him to save his life. Once on a spaceship, Ford tries to get a signal from another spaceship in order to leave before the Vangas find them. To understand what are the Vangas, Arthur uses the guide entitled The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which is rated as the most successful book, contains all the wisdom and the knowledge. According to which, the Vangas are a bad-tempered, bureaucratic, vicious, illiterate race who runs things on the galaxy. They also hate hitchhikers. Just as he's learning about them, a Vagon sees Arthur and his friend on one of his screens, and soon after, they arrest them. When presented to the Vogos judge, he decided that their punishment is to listen to his poetry, because Vogos' poetry is really bad. Arthur tries to compliment the judge's poetic writing. Nonetheless, the Vogos ended up throwing Arthur and Ford out of the ship and into the vacuum of the galaxy. Luckily for them, and against all major odds, another spaceship picked them up. The ship is in fact the most desired ship in the universe, and it's called Heart of Gold. On its launch ceremony, the ship was stolen by the new galactic president, Zaphod. Zaphod became the president of the galaxy after he defeated Yuma Kavula in the elections. To Arthur's surprise, Zaphod is the same guy who managed to impress his dearly appreciated Tricia in that party. He really was from another planet. Now, Tricia and he are living together on that stolen ship. Tricia, who is going by the name of Trillian in space, does not know about the demolition of Earth, and Zaphod is keeping it a secret from her. On this ship, there is also a prototype robot for a human's depressed personality called Marvin. Back at the Vogos station, they managed to locate the stolen ship Heart of Gold. Following the Vogos order, Zaphod's vice president sends him a message requesting him to return the stolen ship or else actions will be taken. Zaphod then explained to his new friends Arthur and Ford that he is not satisfied with the temporary president's fame. Therefore, he is trying to find out the answer to life, the universe, and everything. This necessitates first figuring out the universe's ultimate question, because only then can the greatest computer of all time, Deep Thought, give him the answer. This way, he will forever be remembered. For this reason, he has to go to a place called Magritia. On their way to Magritia, they mistakenly ended up on another planet called Veltvold 6, where Hugh Makavula, Zaphod's opponent in the election, lives. He goes to meet him to settle ongoing matters between them during his presidential campaign. Hugh Makavula called Zaphod stupid and said that his charm are what got him the presidential title and not his actual abilities to govern. Tricia explains that they were only trying to get to Magritia and their ship unexpectedly brought them to this planet. Hugh Makavula shows Zaphod what looks like a diamond in the necklace and explained that the necklace can give the exact coordinates to Magritia, which is a hard planet to cross over. In exchange for that, he asks Zaphod to bring him a special gun designed by the greatest computer, Deep Thought. He also keeps Zaphod's second head hostage to ensure Zaphod's return with the gun. Just as they're leaving Yuma Kavula's place, the Vogos soldiers attack and shoot them since Zaphod still did not return the stolen ship. To get out of there, Theresia pretends to threaten the president's life, but the Vogos get to her and arrest her. Zaphod, Arthur, and Ford get back on the stolen ship. When Zaphod wants to leave Magritia, Arthur says they first have to save Theresia, and so they head to planet Vogosphere, the Vogons planet. When Theresia was being interrogated about personal information, including her home planet address, the Vogon assistant informs her that the planet Earth was destroyed to make way for a hyperspace expressway following the president's orders. Arthur manages to save Theresia by presenting her release form just in time after dealing with the Vogon's bureaucracy. Once she's free and meets Zaphod, she argues with him for signing the Earth's demolition form. Then they all get back on the ship and leave to Magritia. Once there, they come across portals that could lead to different places, and Theresia walks right into one of them, and the rest follows her. However, Arthur took too much time for being scared. The portal did not work for him, until a man named Slart shows up confronting him that his friends are safe, and showing him another way to meet his friends again. This allows Arthur to see the universe differently, and he discovers that another and newer version of Earth is in the making. Slart explains to Arthur that mice once ruled the entire Earth and that they used to experiment on humans and study them all the time. Zaphod, Theresia, and Ford arrive to the Deep Thought computer, which lazily tells them that it is none of its job to find the ultimate question, but it is another computer's job. This computer is located on another planet called Earth. Zaphod realizes that he will never get to find out the universal question due to his previous reckless decision, but before the mice got into his head, he manages to break his chain and kill them. The Vogos shows up again, and this time the depressed prototype robot Marvin shot that special gun at them. Now they all feel too sad to keep fighting and are just taken away. Slart informs Arthur that the new Earth is almost completed. By the end of the movie, Arthur and Theresia start planning their next destination with Ford. Zaphod is going to Yuma Kavula to get back his second head, this time with the vice president who liked him ever since the beginning. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out any upcoming videos. And tell us in the comments below what do you think about this movie, and what if you were there in that spaceship. Tell us in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. I will see you guys on the next one.